Good day, everyone. So, today we will be having our lecture about sertraline, an important medication under the class of SSRIs or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. This drug is commonly prescribed for depression and anxiety related conditions, and as future nurses, it's essential that we understand how it works, its risks, and our responsibilities when giving it to our patient. So, for us to better understand this drug, I want you to explain the important key of this medication. So, we have seven parts. We have the drug characteristics, mechanism of action, side effects, drug interactions, black box warning, nursing responsibilities, and the client teaching. So, let's begin and let's start with Miss Arellano.
So, sertraline, the generic name, is widely known under the brand name Zoloft. It is an antidepressant under the SSRI class or the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor class, meaning it mainly works by increasing serotonin levels. It usually comes in oral tablets of 25 milligram, 50 milligram, and 100 milligram. An adult patient typically starts at around 25 to 50 milligram once daily, which may be increased up to 200 milligram per day, depending on the response. Sertraline is primarily used to treat several conditions such as major depressive disorder, OCD or the obsessive compulsive disorder, panic disorder, and PTSD or the post traumatic stress disorder, social anxiety disorder, and the PMDD or the premenstrual dysphoric disorder. It is metabolized in the liver with a half life of around 24 to 32 hours, which is why it is taken once a day.
Thank you for that, Miss Arellano. So now let's proceed to the mechanism of action that will be discussed by Mr. Andales.
So for the mechanism of action, so now how does citrulline work? So citrulline blocks the reuptake of serotonin in the brain, which means serotonin stays longer in the synaptic space. So this increased availability help regulate mood, reduce anxiety, and improve overall emotional stability. So by enhancing serotonin activity, the medication supports better communication between nerve cells involved in mood and stress control. So although citrulline primarily targets serotonin, it also has mild effects on dopamine and norepinephrine pathways, so which may contribute to improved energy levels, motivation, and emotional balance. So overall, it's the main therapeutic effect still enters on boosting serotonin to help manage depression, anxiety disorders, and related conditions.
So now let's proceed to side effects will be discussed by Miss Alvior.
Thank you, Ms. Aring. So for the side effects, like all medication, sertraline comes with side effects. The common ones include nausea, diarrhea, dry mouth, dizziness, tremors, fatigue, sweating, sleep disturbances, and sexual side effects. The serious effects include serotonin syndrome, increased risk of bleeding, QT prolongation, risk of suicidal thoughts in young patients, hyponatremia, and withdrawal symptoms if abruptly discontinued. So more serious or less common but important adverse reactions or risks include risk of bleeding. Sertraline can impair platelet aggregation, so there's increased bleeding risk, especially if used with anticoagulants or NSAIDs. QT interval prolongation or cardiac conduction issues, though modest. More caution when combined with other drugs that affect QT or in patients with risk factors. Other less common but serious side effects are possible hyponatremia, especially in older adults, seizures in predisposed, manic hypomanic switch in bipolar patients, angle closure glaucoma in susceptible individuals, and other rare but serious side effects.
Thank you, Miss Alvior. Now let's proceed to Mr. Aguilar and he will discuss the drug interactions.
Now let's discuss drug interactions. When we say sertraline, it interacts with several medication. It should never be combined with MAO or the monoamine oxidase inhibitors because it can cause serotonin syndrome, which is dangerous. It also interacts with other antidepressant and also triptan migraine medications and also anticoagulants and NSAIDs. It also interacts with drugs metabolized through CYP2D6. And lastly, these drugs also increase the risk such as bleeding or heart team issues.
Thank you for that, Mr. Aguilar. Now, let's proceed to black box warning that will be discussed by Miss Arches.
Next, for the black box warning, one very important thing to remember is the black box warning. Sertraline, like other antidepressants, may increase the risk of suicidal thoughts or behaviors in children, adolescents, and young adults, especially during the first few weeks of treatment or when the dose is being adjusted. Because of this, the patient must be monitored closely for any sudden changes in mood, behavior, or thinking. It is also important to observe for signs such as increased agitation, restlessness, impulsivity, impulsivity or unusual changes in behavior. Families, caregivers, and healthcare providers should communicate regularly and report anything concerning. Although this warning sounds serious, it helps ensure safe and careful use of the medication.
Thank you for that, Miss Arches. So now let's proceed to nursing responsibilities that will be discussed by Miss Costora.
For the nursing responsibilities, as nurses, we have care responsibilities when caring for patient on centraline. These include monitoring mood changes or suicidal ideation, especially during early therapy, watching for serotonin syndrome symptoms like tremors, fever, confusion, sweating, and muscle stiffness, checking for bleeding tendencies, especially if the patient is also taking anticoagulant, antiplatelet, or NSAIDs, and monitoring cardiac issues such as palpitation, QT prolongation, or blood pressure changes, and assessing electrolyte level in older adults because hyponatremia can occur due to SIADH, and ensuring the medication is tapered slowly if it is need to be discontinued to prevent withdrawal symptoms like the headache, irritability, dizziness, or flu-like sensation. And we have also to provide emotional support, reassurance, and encouraging open communication about the side effect, and educating patient to take the medication consistently at the same time each day for best result, and reinforcing the therapeutic effect may take 2 to 4 weeks, so patient and adherence are important, and teaching patient to avoid alcohol and to report severe side effect immediately. We also need to provide the emotional support and ensure the patient is taking the drug consistently.
Thank you, Miss Costora. Now let's proceed to Miss Dimihilio.
For patient teaching, we must emphasize several points. Sertraline does not work immediately. Full effects may take 1 to 4 weeks. Take medication consistently at the same time every day. Never stop the medication abruptly. Tapering must be done with medical guidance. Report any worsening mood, suicidal thoughts, or any behavioral changes. Watch out for symptoms of serotonin syndrome, shivering, high fever, agitation, and confusion. Avoid alcohol use because it can worsen side effects like dizziness or drowsiness. Avoid unnecessary drug combinations or herbal supplements without consulting a provider. Be aware of common side effects like nausea, headache, dried mouth, and sleep changes. Inform the provider if pregnant, breastfeeding, or planning pregnancy. Keep all follow-up appointments for monitoring and dose adjustments. Store medication safely and out of reach of children. Do not double dose if one is missed. Take it as soon as remembered unless it's close to the next dose. Continue healthy lifestyle habits like proper sleep, exercise, and stress management. Counseling both patient and their family is essential for safe use.
Wow, great job, everyone. Thank you for your clear explanations and for sharing your insights about our drug study. So, your contributions really helped deepen our understanding of sertraline and its importance in our patient care. So, understanding this medication helps us ensure safe administration, proper monitoring, and effective patient teaching. So, thank you everyone again for listening and great job participating. So, that ends our lecture on sertraline.